Hello, it's time for another episode of Discipleship Today. My name is Bob Benson. I'm the pastor of Christ Lutheran Church in Bemis Point. We've been using the book of 1 Timothy as kind of a discipleship text. We worked our way through John and used that as a discipleship text. Now we're into Paul's ministry of building disciples who are leading churches. We're in 1 Timothy 3, and I'm going to be reading from the English Standard Version, the ESV. Starting at verse 14 from chapter 3. I hope to come to you soon, but I am writing these things so that, if I delay, you may know how one ought to behave in the household of God, which is the church of the living God, a pillar, a buttress of truth. Great indeed, we confess is the mystery of godliness. He was manifested in the flesh, vindicated by the Spirit, seen by the angels, proclaimed among the nations, believed on in the world, taken up in glory. Here, Paul starts a little talk about what's going on, the mystery of the living God and of living godliness. And here, is it not a mystery? You know, I come from a background that was more legalistic than spiritually led. And we had a list of things that you could do and you could not do. You know, you don't drink or chew or go with girls that do. And it really was about maintaining that list. But when you're living by the Spirit, that's the mystery of the godliness that shows up inside of us. What we once thought was completely wrong, God allows us to do. As a matter of fact, there are some things that he asks us to do that wouldn't fit on that list of things to do or to not to do. And I love this section of verse 16. He was manifested in the flesh, vindicated by the Spirit, seen by the angels, proclaimed among the nations, believed on in the world, and taken up in glory. There is a resume for Jesus Christ, the impact that he had on this world. And we love Jesus for these things, that he took off that cloak of glory and hung it up in heaven and came in the flesh, that he was spoken of by the Spirit, that he was seen by the angels. And now our part of this, as we make disciples, is to be proclaimed among the nations, believed on in the world. And that's my job, is to make sure that he's proclaimed among the nations and believed in on the world. We know that he was taken up in glory. The next part, the next thing to happen, is he will return for the church. And I truly believe that we are closer today than we've ever been to the rapture of the church. I believe he's coming for us, and he's coming for us soon. And when we really believe that, we live in a different way. We reorganize our priorities, and we start putting our faith into action. And that's my point for today. I would love to see the church energized, falling in love with Jesus again, and putting their faith into action as we proclaim him among the nations, and we get the world to believe on him. So for Discipleship Today, my name is Pastor Bob Benson. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this today.